guys, Third Street Reactions. I'm Joy.
I'm Shane.
And we are here with Shogun, episode 6.
Zach isn't here because he had to work over, and he and I didn't want this to be like 3 or 4 days late, so unfortunately he won't be in this week's video, but he'll be in next week's. Guys, last episode, it was basically a pissing contest between Buntaro Buntaro and John. And we have this clash of Western savage personality and philosophy versus Eastern. There's merits to both cultures. Personally, for me, growing up in this century, I completely sided with John. I think anyone could watch that and side with John when it comes to seppuku and when it comes to how, obviously, Buntaro in his relationship with his wife. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so with Mariko, she was being beaten by Buntaro because he was so drunk with sake.
When was the last time I beat you?
I think last week.
Last week, yeah. At least once a month, but not closed fist, ever. Open hand.
Oh, Lord.
I'm a gentleman.
He's lying.
Okay, he's a gentleman.
Anyway.
Yeah, Buntaro's no gentleman. But he offered his life because he dishonored and made a racket in the house of Anjin.
But you could tell he definitely...
Hey, he was resentful.
Oh, yeah.
Someone left an interesting comment that Buntaro was gone for 20 days. Maybe he's now a spy of Ishido. But in the society that values honor and virtue, and he was willing to give his life to John, I just don't know if he would also be a spy against Toranaga.
Right.
It would diminish his scene in like episode... what was it, 3 or 4, where he is fighting and does that, and he's like looking at his wife and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you have to think, like, they didn't kill him.
I know, but I just think it would diminish that scene in a way where I would hate it, I think. I don't want him to be a spy. I just want him to be a shitty guy, but a great fighter. Speaking of, honor and virtue, we got some backstory on Mariko. Her family name, it's a popular one in Japan. So her father served a really corrupt, like a regent or something that looks like... or Tycho, is what I got written down here. And kind of like Jaime Lannister, he killed him. Even though it felt like that was a good thing for Japan, I think because of the whole culture, it was just like with Jaime Lannister. He was looked at just as a kingslayer. Except Jaime didn't have to behead his wife and children. Except Mariko. Mariko must have got away. And Mariko, on the anniversary of their death, she wants to like make it right. But her husband commands her to live. But I love the episode. I love the emotional aspect of it. I love the pissing contest and just I loved all that.
Well, and then the part where he shot the bow and arrow while he was completely drunk.
Yeah.
Went right past Mariko's face, and then he actually, at the end of the episode, it did show that both arrows had hit the post on the right side.
Almost like in the animated Robin Hood. We did have the landslide scene at the end, which was epic. This is right after John was asking, hey, can I leave? And Tornaga's like, I can't be bothered with this stuff. There's a shadow over you two. Fix it.
Fix whatever's going on.
There's a landslide. He looks like he's dead, which would have been, I would not have liked that. And John basically saves him again, and he has like the most horrendously shocked look on his face.
Like he can't believe.
And he gives him the sword.
Yep.
And we also have Fuji. So a lot of people in the comments, they're really loving Fuji. She's a wifey material.
Yeah.
I think she's a great woman, for sure. But anyways, thankfully, Fuji's alive. It looked like that she wasn't.
Yeah, by the way, she's not a consort. She's a courtesan.
Yep. Thank you for letting me know. I literally just... Yeah, sorry. Anyways, guys, before we jump in, if you want to support us, where can they go?
Go to our Patreon.
We have full-length uncut reactions, and we have early access for up to 4 weeks, obviously for not this show.
Let's jump in.
Sexual situations.
Oh, Lord. Zach's missing out. 22 years ago.
こちらがマリコ殿じゃ。そしてマリコ殿の父上、仲良しておやり。
So that's the asshole, I think.
Yep. Jeez. Cutting everyone's heads off.
I see those beds at hotels, those pillows, and I always throw them off and use real pillows. Whoa.
Huh.
Badass warrior. When was he killed again? Her dad? I can't remember.
Maybe now. Obviously it wasn't when she was a little girl.
Yeah, I thought it was, I don't know. She looks so young. Hey, you can say, I mean, if you told me she was 18 there, I'd believe you.
そなたが文太郎殿に嫁げば、両家ともに申し分のない縁が結ばれよう。戸田家に何の値打ちもないことはご存知でござりましょう。じゃが、父上はそなたを大事に思っておるのじゃ。では何故私を追い出されるのでございまする。マリコ殿、私は未だにそなたのことがようわからぬ。力及ばぬことは目を閉じて見なければよいではないか。
So they're close friends.
Yeah, they grew up together.
マリコ、我が最愛なる娘、お前の悩み苦しむ姿に心が痛む。大義のために尽くす時が来た。
Gosh, I can't imagine that.
They did that everywhere, not just in Japan.
それが全てなのじゃ。
Okay. Marriage was a political alliance.
Yeah. Ladies of the Willow world.
Ah, can't be a good one then.
されど死は必ず生の終わりに訪れるものじゃ。安心。これ。
Butcher's like, what the hell?
昨日の地震で安心はわしの命を救うてくれた。こたびで2度目じゃ。安心には神奈川近くに600石の治業を安堵。
He has also made you his chief admiral and general of the cannon regiment.
Just take it, John. Are those new swords, or are they the
same ones?
生贄となった者たちの命を無駄にはせぬぞ。えい、えい。
Are those a lot of the people they buried there, I wonder?
Thousands dead. Sheesh.
Ew, the numbers got diminished.
Yep.
Yeah, motherfucker. That looks a little more swelled up in the face.
Uh-huh.
Eh? Dude, I won't be talking in front of these motherfuckers right here. Especially that pervert. Time to write another will. Oh, that's your will guy, so maybe you can. The last thing he wants is that, but he's getting all this prestige that he doesn't want. He just wants to go home, wants to see his daughter.
Fiat voluntas tua, secret in cielo et in terra. From quotidianum, sed libera nos a malo. Amen.
I wonder if he would be saying that in English, but obviously he's right next to her and she understands it, so it has to be Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
わしではない。その方の家中。また我が旗本の屋敷に恥をかかせたのじゃ。
もう殿のお役には立てません。あれがそばにおると。俺を忘れてしまい。
ならば離縁せよ。
長い年月を過ごしてまいりましたゆえ。今さらマリコの父が謀反を起こした後も、あれの命を助けてやれば、マリコはありがたく思うてくれるだろうと。されど、マリコの氷のような素振りは変わりませんが、死を賜りたいと。何年経っても氷は溶けません。
Fucking icy women, Joy. Even then, even here. Oh, so he's saying like...
She's not ice around him.
よいか。これより7日の間、マリコに近づくことまかりなら。あ。
Look at him.
Okay. So she just icy ass woman to him. But they have a child. But obviously you don't need to, you know, be passionate lovemaking to have a child.
I must ask why he lavished me with the gift of his cannon regiment last night.
過分な褒美を賜りましたわけを
See.
お聞かせ願いたいと申しておられまする。
わしの気前の良さが信じられんのか。
He asks if you refuse them.
It's not a matter of refusing. I've already explained this to him before. I'm unable to serve him in the way he wishes me to, so I wish to leave.
Why don't you twist that?
与えられたお役目には応えられぬ。そして日の本を出ていきたい。
Oh, no. Okay.
If I were to remain in the Japans, I would formally ask, again, for the return of my ship, so that I may sail against his enemies and mine, the Portuguese. As his chief admiral, there are still ways I can disrupt his enemies. I could attack the Portuguese black ship at sea, harming trade to the ports controlled by his Catholic rivals on the council, thus stifling the flow of Portuguese Catholic wealth and its accompanying power, which will ultimately be used against him.
Hey, look at her. She's
in our Lord's interest.
I'm sorry, were you going to translate?
安仁様は黒船を攻めたいと申しておられまする。
何故わしが友好国を攻めねばならんのじゃ。
He says that the Portuguese are a friendly nation, and he would never attack their vessel.
Believe me, the Portuguese are neither here for the good of Japan nor Toranaga-sama. They are here to gain in the name of their god.
Why do you cling to this?
何を言い争うておるのじゃ。
Excuse me, I am reminded an interpreter should interpret only.
Well, seeing as you are my interpreter, and nothing more, I would politely ask you to tell him Portugal is friendly only to their profits.
利益のためだけであると信じておられまする。
もう話すつもりはない。
That is all for now.
そなたは残れ。
Uh-oh.
安仁が望むものはやらぬことにいたす。あれの頭が冷えるよう一晩茶屋で遊ばせる膳立てを頼む。そこで一番上等の遊女を買うてやれ。
私が掛け合いまする。
安仁の友もいたせ。通じ役じゃ。安仁が枕を交わしながら話す折に。
Okay then.
Oh, okay. It was such a. Why are we orange? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why we're orange, but.
You passed.
人が大老を人質に取ったのでござる。
虎長様が不利になる兵を無理強いするつもりか。
What? Jesus.
これよ。
親族には無理じゃ。野山湖中心は広松どうか。言ってください。はいよ。
ごめん。
It's just interesting. Like in today's culture, it would be like save the women at all cost.
Yeah.
Like save the women no matter what. But Ishido is forcing a vote. It's because of the woman. Zoe.
Yes.
Ishido claims there is a plot to kill the heir, and he has ordered that no regent shall be allowed to leave until they can elect a fifth member and sentence Toranaga to death.
This is her doing.
The Lady Ochiba?
Ah.
That woman has no such power.
I would not underestimate her eminence. Child of a murdered Busho, the only consort to give the Taiko an heir.
And she despises the church.
Oh shit.
I think the time has come for us to turn towards Toranaga as an ally.
That man is a Minowara, Martin.
Minowara.
I've never understood this hold he has on you. Let's pray that we can bring him to our side when this is done.
He's probably right. Mm-hmm. He just might respect Toranaga.
Ah.
So she loved Buntaro?
No, they were best friends. Her and Morocco.
Okay, but why she... Yeah, but if she's trying to get Toranaga and the clan killed, it would kill Morocco.
Okay then. Never return.
That's a terrible way to wake up. They do this in Last Samurai. Right? Now they're going to unite against Ishido, I wonder. Here's the thing, don't talk here. I guess because Toranaga thought they would go as far to kill the child, then why would they not kill her and the child anyways?
Right. Oh
shit. Toranaga.
そなたのお父上のご逝去にはお悔やみ申し上げまする。誰もかも流れに飲まれる小石と変わらぬ。
Yeah.
我が夫が天下人であること、私が夫の世継ぎを産めなんだことをご存知。
God made you barren, woman. Not you. No kata. What does that mean? You gonna sing a song about this shit? If we have a Sunday.
He just keeps singing it over and over.
Doesn't even rhyme. Maybe it rhymes in Japanese.
Right.
伊藤殿、亡き太閤様のお役、誠見事に演じておられましたぞ。これは恐縮至極にござる石堂殿。子供の頃、太閤様を手本と仰いだものじゃ。拙者のような元百姓でも大出世できるとな。
生まれながら運に恵まれる者もおれば、自らつかばねばならぬ者もおる。
I do like that about Ishidel. That would probably make him have a certain attitude, you know?
虎長の挑発をこれ以上許してはなら、御身も大老となり、虎長の死に一票投じてくださらぬか。
I'm just a writer, a playwright.
太閤様はご生前どの女子よりも落ち葉の方様を褒めておられましたぞ。拙者にも腑に落ちてございまする。
太閤様のあの豪胆さが懐かしいこと。
She seems up to no good.
影の中で生きているようなもの。
This is how people can talk about me when I'm dead.
太閤様にも手落ちはあった。虎長を殺さずじまいだったことじゃ。
Why do you hate Toranaga, woman?
I know, I'm thinking. There you go. Why do you hate him so much?
虎長を滅ぼすのじゃ。さすれば我らはそなたの影について語ることになろう。
Still didn't answer. Why do you hate him so much?
Hasn't revealed it to the audience.
It's funny how you asked and then he asked.
Yeah.
Why do you hate him so much?
What is this shit?
Oh.
I love this. Oh,
the guy that went to go tell Toranaga.
そなたは生きて逃げ延び、運が良かったのじゃ。
ふざけおって。
Yeah, dipshit, you're the one who started. This happens in politics nowadays. This guy, he wants to end democracy.
今こそ好天の時にございます。
Sky, that's a cool name.
一気呵成に大坂城に攻め入る作戦。これまでの大老会議を廃し。
Jeez Louise.
Wow.
虎長様を一人を大老とする大西洋じゃ。
将軍か。大坂に攻め入るなど、自らの首を絞めるようなもの。
大坂は殿の父親違いの弟君。
Half brother.
佐伯の二つ殿が。
時の猶予がある今、あえて危険を冒す愚がありましょうよ。
Fortune favors the bold, little bald man.
父上、先祖代々の意向を取り返し、将軍におなりくだされ。父上は戦では負け知らず。
これはわしが戦を先に仕掛けたことがないからじゃ。
Okay.
わしは将軍の位を望んだことなどない。今後も望まぬ。死なずに済む策を宣言せよ。
Okay.
急なお頼みで申し訳ありません、お銀殿。虎長様よりお菊は今宵空いておるか聞いてまいれと申しつかりましたゆえ。なんと光栄。
Ain't that one, is it?
No.
結構な式でございますこと。
Lecker.
大したものではござりません。
It's pretty cool looking.
うちの茶屋についてお聞き及びかどうか存じませぬが、並の友情屋とは違うということはご承知おきくださいませ。日の元中探してもうちのような茶屋はございません。
I love the...
This whorehouse is so good, you gotta pay extra.
Yeah. The snide.
Artists. Lord.
大番5枚は当たり前のお題にございます。
では100問目なら。
Can't just Toranaga come in there swinging his dick, saying, I order, I'm gonna kill everybody here.
Right, he could.
虎長様ではござりませぬ。お菊は安仁様への褒美にござりまする。
The barbarian?
あなた様と安仁様は片時も離れる仲という話だ。
通じが私の務めでございますゆえ。
ではあなた様にも。
We got tea at home.
These cups.
Hey, I got some of those on my Amazon wish list, just to let you know. The Willow world.
Oh, lilies in a lake.
中に入ればこの世の高貴な目は届きません。何もかも私が受け合いまする。このように低い。
No prying eyes. I expect that at the very least.
Monime.
お二方様のお越しをお待ちしております。
I wonder how much that is in American dollars. 300 mon.
I don't know if
Monme.
what they use for currency or if it's grain or what is it? Or not grain, rice.
万人を徴用なさるのか。
Because, motherfucker, he's valuable. What do you do? You just plot and scheme, shave your head like a fool.
I know.
You think people on OnlyFans are like this today? Like sex workers? Like, hey, he means nothing to me. I could be the best prostitute on Pornhub.
There is nothing to know.
There she is, ice cold.
You know I've always liked white girls, but she's pretty.
Very pretty.
She's very pretty.
Yin's tea house is famed for its many wonders, but we must be careful. Our every gesture is being observed.
What? What do you mean? This better show some good shit.
I already said there was.
I mean, I don't mean titties. I mean, I'm talking about, I guess I just want to see why it's such a big deal.
Right.
ひそやかな夜をお楽しみいただけますよ。
Giving her that look. Hey, I want more than one. You guys are bound to me like that.
マリコ様にもかような場所にお運びいただき恐れ入りまする。
Lay down.
You know, butt my pants and just, start with the
tea.
With the blowjob.
Here's some tea.
We must try our best to find this as pleasurable as possible.
No, I might have found this pleasurable.
By not making a scene. For both of our sakes.
She can see the discomfort.
Yeah. Have some tea or sake or tea.
How was that little thing?
I don't know.
See, now that I've seen those Japanese...
Oh, compliment. Look, it is considered a rare art.
You pour very well.
Her name is Kidu Don.
She assumes it is different from where you're from.
I'd say so. Where I come from, our prostitutes are neither this well presented nor as inquisitive.
ご自分の国の方がお気に召すようでございまする。
Why would you say that?
Why not? Another fine pour.
This lady looks pissed off. Look at her. Why are you laughing like a donkey? One's poison.
下着があったところに何が見える？何も見えませぬ、姉様。お前が見ているところに今下着はない。ないからこそ確かにあったのだと思うのでしょう。
She's up to no good. She's gonna try to poison.
Oh, she's saying...
Madonna teaches her young apprentice about empty space and its symbols.
She's saying that maybe he hasn't had the absence of sex because his behavior is making her feel like...
ここは誰の目にも届かぬ場所にございます。女は女の苦しみを見過ごせぬもの。
What?
She's saying this is a safe space, be yourself.
She wishes to explain to you the meaning of the Willow.
Tell me the meaning.
こちらにおいでになる方は皆様忘れたいものをお持ちでございます。
She can actually translate.
We'll see.
Most come here to escape.
Yeah.
From boredom or pain. They believe this place is about physical pleasure, but it can be more. I offer you relief from this. And safety to create one perfect moment that you wish to inhabit completely. Settle your eyes on what you desire. My unclothed form.
So he's using her as like a puppet. So making her say that.
Nothing between us. I ask you into my openness. I ask you. 今ここで私と一つになってください。
So hot and bothered. Look at her. Oh, I think I get the picture. Oh shit! Damn it! I don't want to see this stuff.
Oh no.
She invites you away with her now.
Well, don't want to disappoint the women. Just do what Denzel Washington did in the Book of Eli. Just go in there and talk to her. Say you gotta take a piss, jack off outside.
Please tell Lady Kiku I don't have the words to thank her.
安心様は礼を述べておられまする。指折り数えてお待ちしておりまする。She is honored.
I guess you would just make a shortcut every time you would translate. Sometimes, if you did it all the time.
Yeah.
See, I wonder if in this culture it would make her want him more because he's getting all this, getting with the best courtesan. You know what I mean?
どうじゃった。
安心様は褒美を喜んでおられました。
マリコ殿は 子供の頃のことをよく覚えておるか。落ち葉の方と仲が良かったように思うが。
Yes, she was.
その頃は
Ruri.
瑠璃姫という名前でございました。
Ruri.
落ち葉の方となられて
After she became a chief.
にかかっておりません。
I've not seen her since.
我々に対する戦いぶり、何があの娘を今のような女子に変えたのじゃと思う。
宿命、苦難にござりましょう。
Yeah.
戦わねばならぬものがある。
Love that.
さまざまな野望のために戦に出られまする領土、名誉、権勢を増すため、されど女子は常に戦うておるのでございます。
そなたのために見事な策を練っておられた。
ならば私の嫁ぎ先ももう少しお考えくださればようございましたの。
気づいておらなんだのか。それもすべて父上の策であったのじゃ。そなたを嫁がせることでできうる限り父の戦から遠ざけ、そなたを守ろうとしたのじゃ。いずれ父の戦を娘が受け継ぎ。
I do love that.
That's why he did it, yeah.
私は父上を裏切ってしまいま
His
した。
father wanted her to live and carry on the fight.
Should know that though.
いや、マリコ、そなたの戦はまだ終わってはおらぬ。
伊藤殿はお世継ぎにも大老衆にも忠実なお方じゃ。ご一度評決を。
What if he's not gonna vote for it? Wouldn't that be funny? Maybe the Christians won't.
伊藤殿に賛同する。伊藤殿に賛同いたせ。
That guy gets to vote. I'm just kidding.
申し訳ないが評決はできん。お世継ぎを狙う企みがあるという確かな証はござらぬ。人質が一人残らず解放されるまでそれがしは票を投じるつもりは。
He's like, dude, I just got here. I don't know what the hell's going on.
太閤様のお望みをないがしろにしておるのはそなたではござらぬか。
火の元に誠の忠義を尽くす我らを愚弄するとは。
You gonna get up, dude?
火の元に忠義を尽くしておるのはそれがし一人よ。
You just walk out like that? Let's vote to kill him.
拙者が杉山弾劾を申し立てまするゆえ。
They want to impeach and kill him now.
前に聞いたの。
Well, we'll see what they are.
それは私が安土城におった幼き頃に始まったのじゃ。私はずっと見てまいったのじゃ。あの男の耳打ちを、計りごとを。確かに我が父を手にかけたのは明智人才かもしれぬ。裏で糸を引いておったのは虎長じゃ。
有識申し立てにございまする。俺が表沙汰になれば虎長の名誉が尽きたことごぜ。
その方らに虎長を止めることはできない。
Why did the father do that?
私が何をせねばならなかったか聞いておるか。苦き薬草で酔わせ口にできるようなことを
Oh, Jesus.
お世継ぎの母になれた私一人。何故かその方にはわかるか。我が姿を見せつけたからじゃ。故に。
Oh, yeah, because they're going to impeach his ass.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll side with Toranaga now.
If we can get out of there.
官僚風情に組したそれがしが愚かであったわ。どこまで行っても官僚よ。
Simple bureaucrat. Yep.
Everyone dead.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Civil War.
直ちに指導は大老会議を支配するであろう。その後我が一族に対し戦線が布告されるであろう。太閤様のお世継ぎにあだなす恐れあらば必ずやお世継ぎをお守りいたす。好天じゃ。
Okay.
時は来た。えいえい。
So the look on Buntaro's face, was that like, you know, what was that?
I don't know.
There's this intense look. A great episode. Before we look into our notes here, I sound like a broken record, but I love this episode. I love this show. Every episode has been fantastic. The last episode being one of my favorite, and this being just as good, almost as good. Certainly the high quality that I'm used to. Stakes are raised, man. The tension that's bubbling at the surface is palpable. How'd you feel about it?
Yeah, I really like how they opened up with Mariko's past.
Me too.
And how she actually basically she was best friends with, Ruri then, she said.
Yeah, Ruri.
But Lady Ochiba.
Ochiba, yeah.
Yeah, so I liked
No Kata. Ochiba no Kata.
I like seeing that backstory of, how they were raised together. And then you do see the part where her dad, forces her to marry Buntaro, but it was all for...
That was...
good reason.
Yeah, and if you go back and rewatch that scene, you see the look on his face, and now you know.
Yeah.
He probably understood, like, maybe she won't be super happy with this guy, but you marry her to a family that's respected. You get her far away from the madness.
Yes.
And she'll live, and she'll continue, and then hopefully finish the fight.
Yes.
And I love that. Hopefully she does.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if Buntaro is abusive just because his wife is shitty, that's hard to have a shitty wife. I'm glad I don't have one. But I know guys who have and who do. And
yeah, he explained to Toranaga as ice. She's nothing but ice to me.
Well, it's crazy how a woman can do that. You've been like that before. When we had hard times.
Yeah, if you deserve it.
Yeah. And, but you never hit a woman. And there's never a reason to hit a woman unless she's threatening your life. But I agree, that revelation with Mariko and Buntaro and why the marriage was there and everything, that was... The show always has like a moment of extreme emotion just coming over me, where you kind of feel what the characters are feeling. Yep. And Mariko, that's why she's such an interesting character, because she can control both sides with her language.
Yes.
She can just slightly pivot a few degrees the meaning of a message. In the last episode, it feels like she always like makes a message either shorter and to the point or sugarcoats it.
Yeah.
In the last episode, it seems like with Buntaro, she pivoted. She actually straight up made the message like almost like Zach said it actually. Like maybe she was also giving meaning to it in terms of how she felt. Maybe you should treat your wife better. Because she probably feels that way.
Yeah.
It's like she was doing things to actually kind of instigate him, but we do know that she didn't want them to get in a fight because she kept telling them to stop.
Yes.
But in this episode, she straight up told the courtesan he prefers things how he does it in the West. What was that for? Like, that seemed like a completely different message than what the engine said. He was giving her a compliment.
Right.
Was it like, I don't like being here because I secretly care about the engine?
Yes.
About John. And I don't want him to do this, so I'm trying to make it uncomfortable or doing whatever. She just throwing out little seeds of how she feels, right?
Yeah. So for John's bravery in this episode, Lord Toranaga awarded him 600 FIFA.
FIFA is
the soccer?
Yeah.
600 FIFA, and also advanced him to his chief admiral.
Yeah.
And the chief or regent of the cannon.
Yeah.
Cannonball regent.
Yeah. You're correct. So.
Yeah. So people are getting jealous,
Yeah, and it just so the nephew, that motherfucker ain't he ain't doing nothing to impress me. Now, my only regret about this episode is Yabushike.
Yeah. He
didn't have
part.
Any kind of his machinations weren't really spinning visibly in this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's funny because John doesn't require or desire any of that stuff. He just wants his men, and he still wants to sail against the Portuguese.
He just wants to leave.
Well, I think he would. I don't think he would take his ship and leave. I just have a feeling he wouldn't. I think he would sail against the Portuguese as the admiral. He just wants to do it his way. He just wants his men. He wants his ship. Because he says, I can't serve him in this way. He would be better off serving Toranaga his own way. And he would also be killing, two birds with one stone. He'd be fulfilling his mission as a Christian against the Catholics. And he would also be helping Toranaga. So I love all the relationship tension between Mariko and John. But, Mariko is married. And he, at the very least, got some woman pregnant back in England. I mean, I understand Buntaro is not the best husband, not the worst husband. Beats his wife. He has a reason, but not a good reason. You never hit a woman. Go to counseling. Toranaga's like, just divorce her. You should have said go to counseling. Is what he should have done.
Well, and they had the conversation, right? And he's basically like, okay, stay 7 days away from her. In isolation from her.
Which is, that's interesting. I mean, he it looks like he took it emotionally, like,
Yeah. Ooh.
So.
And then he walks out and sees both John and Mariko, and he's just like that smirk on his face.
Well, he's just jealous.
He's just mad, yeah.
So now I think I understand a little bit. I think he. So I might be
wrong.
wrong.
Something's going on between John and Mariko.
Because he's complaining about her icy relationship.
Right. And then
maybe he loves her, and he is like, I've done everything I can to make sure she can live. I save her life. And we know that's a slightly misguided well, maybe in their culture it's a literal interpretation.
Yeah.
Because if she wanted to kill herself, she just would. That's how I feel. But she's so bound by duty, she won't. Mm-hmm. Buntaro won't let her. In this culture, he believes that's worth something. And now maybe it is. Mm-hmm. Like, I think if you're stopping someone from killing themselves, I think that's definitely worth something. I wish I knew more about the relationship. Like, why isn't he... Like, for instance, before they even got married, she was uninterested in him. And
right.
Why is that? It's because...
Well...
She said she should have been married better. Does that mean, like, she should have been married to a higher lord? She should have been married into, like, royalty?
I don't know. I don't either. We don't know the backstory.
I'm holding out hope that Buntaro can redeem himself. Because, like, I like the character. I don't know why. So the scene where they go to the tea house, the Wind of the Willow, what's it called? The Women of the
Ladies of the Willow World.
So they're hyping their brand up. Hardcore. They're like some trap house. Where all the good sex workers are. Sucking the meanest dick in the world. And they go, and then they so poetically say, what we do is this and that,
and we take away the pain, and we make you forget everything for a moment, for just a moment.
Yeah, so they have a brand, and that's it. Okay, yeah. I don't know what went on in that room.
I'm gonna say, I don't think anything did. I feel like he didn't do anything. I'm hoping.
You feel, or do you? What evidence do you have?
We don't. The scene where Mariko is gonna leave him, and he touches her hand. It's almost like his way of like...
If I'm going to get on another girl and I just walk by you...
I care about you. I'm not going to do what you think I'm going to do. We don't know. It is...
Well, here's the thing. Okay, let's ask ourselves this. How often can a guy just go bang a girl and it won't mean too much? And how often can a girl do that?
Yeah.
Right?
We're definitely different creatures.
Yeah. So that's why it's worse when a girl does it. Normally, right? It doesn't mean a guy can't get feelings. I've been in situations where I've been with a girl, didn't think I would, develop feelings, right? And I certainly know women who can not develop feelings. But for the most part, I feel like this was a reflection of that situation. I don't think this girl meant anything to John. I think they both didn't want to be in this situation. And I think Mariko was trying to be stoic, trying to hide behind her heart of the eightfold fence. Mm-hmm. And John was trying to give her, like, hey, listen, I still care about you.
Yeah.
And she didn't really show him any kind of...
Yeah.
She didn't reject his hand, but she certainly didn't take it.
Right.
Mariko, to me, is the most interesting lady in the show. I think she's the most interesting character. But I love all the characters. A show like this, all the characters are good. So, one thing I want to say is there's a civil war now, even with amongst the regents. Mm-hmm. They voted someone in, and then they had to, like, kick another person out.
Well, it was weird because they voted in the actor guy. I'm like...
Well, he's more than an actor. He's a production manager. He writes, he produces, he's all that, right?
Okay.
Don't just tell him he's an actor. He's more.
They voted this actor in. I'm like, this actor?
Yeah, well, that's what they do in politics, you know. In the Philippines, they're pretty guilty of like getting like celebrities in there. Mm-hmm. And the president of Ukraine, I'm pretty sure he was an actor.
And then Lord Sugiyama... Yeah. During their meeting was like, I can't stand for this. Yeah. You know, like I'm out basically. And of course we knew that was like his demise, you know, and like there's no way they're escaping. And then boom, they showed the scene of them.
Yeah.
All dead.
So how does Ishido feel being someone who grew up on the streets? You guys might have been born into this. I had to fight my way to get here.
Well, that's why he's like, you're a simple bureaucrat and that's all you're ever going to be.
Yeah, but like he's more than that because he was a nobody and he fought his way to the top. One thing I like about the show is even Ishido, who is like an antagonist, he shows the former singular ruler, the Taiko, who passed away, shows him all respect in the world. Says like he reminds me that someone like me can rise to this level.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's such a good story. It's kind of like the new Aladdin movie, and I actually love that movie, but I dislike some stuff about it. Jafar, who isn't as cool as the animated Jafar, But his backstory was he was a nobody. He was a thief, and he had to fight his way up. So I just always like those rags to riches story, but they don't become these good kings. They become evil. The plan, Crimson Sky, which is a badass plan or a badass name.
Yes, basically obliterating.
Yeah, they're gonna rush. They're just gonna rush the capital. Well, they're gonna rush Ishido's. Yeah, whatever.
Toranaga is going to call up his brother and ask for his help.
Half-brother.
Half-brother.
Yeah. I just don't know if that's a good plan. And even the nephew and Yabushige was like, hey, this is like wrapping a rope around your neck. They must think that for a reason, but hopefully they can just catch him off guard. But what's interesting is no one knew what Crimson Sky was except those two guys.
Right.
So it was always in their back pocket.
Yep. But it's also like their last resort too, I feel like, right?
Yeah. I thought maybe Lord Sugiyama would maybe join Toranaga, but
yeah, I already knew he was not gonna get out of there.
Well, I didn't think he. I mean, I don't know. I
mean,
when he said, "Hey, wife, we got to go" and all that stuff, I wasn't sure.
I just felt there was no way. I'm like, they're not getting out of here alive. I mean, that would have been nice if he could have become allies with Toranaga, but seriously, like they did not get out alive.
They didn't get out alive, no. Yeah, so we have 4 more left. I feel like there's so much. I feel like it could end soon, but no, there's 4 more episodes, and I have great faith in this show that they'll do a great job with the episodes they have, and it'll end well. Going forward, do you think we're going to have any kind of continued romantic tension between John and Mariko?
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
I enjoy their story quite a bit. Ultimately, I want them to be happy. I mean, this is what I want. I want Mariko to finish her father's fight. I guess the reason why I like it is because I think the show, if they can redeem Bentaro, like how cool would that be? Like when a show can take a character, if you watch Prison Break and you look at the guy that everyone thinks Zach looks like.
Yes.
What's his name? Teddy. Theodore, okay, in the show. Like, they make him one of the best characters in the show. And if you watch that first few episodes, you think, there's no way I could ever like this guy. He's literally the worst of the worst. Still, I also want John and Mariko, hopefully their storylines are resolved in a good way. I don't know, we'll see.
I always feel like John has, like, he's, like, on the verge of tears. Every time you look at his eyes are just so watery.
Yeah, he's like...
I always feel like, is he about to, like, start crying? Or, like, what is this emotion? Like, what is... Because I just feel like when they were at the Willow World house or whatever, just the way, I don't know, I just felt there was so much emotion there.
Well, I think the actor was just thinking to himself, okay, how does he feel in this scene? You know, he's like, well, I really want to do it, but I don't want to make Mariko think I want to do it. So I got to look sad. You know what I mean? So
yes, I always feel like he's on the brink of like crying and emotional because his eyes are always just filled with water.
In reality, he didn't really want to do it.
Yeah,
he cares about Mariko, but he understands like, okay, we just probably can't really be together unless it's a secret, and that I don't know how long that'll last. You know what I mean? And we could just get killed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
well, but even Toranaga was like, why don't you just divorce her already to Bentaro? It's like.
Yeah, I mean, I think but he didn't understand the situation.
So also learning why Lady Ochiba does not like Lord Toranaga is because he had her father ordered to die, and we need to know.
Or he was involved in the plot of it, but I don't know how, like why and how. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So that's still...
Maybe they'll reveal that to us. But I thought that was interesting.
Do you buy her being this lady that is controlling the council?
She is very much a schemer. Just the way that she talks, like the way that her you can just look at her. Like just read her body language, the way that her eyes move, and her... Like, she's just such a schemer. I just don't like her. She's like a little venomous snake. Just like...
Well, let me tell you, yeah. So, look, okay, so if you go back a few episodes, if you're going to it wasn't the funeral, but like the ceremony where the regent was dying. He told Toranaga, hey, I'll just make you regent until my son's of age. Yes. And he said, hey, there'll be civil war. They'll kill me and kill your son. I think it's implied they would kill his wife, too. Why would they keep her alive? So knowing that they would go that far, I'm wondering why they would just listen to her. Because Toranaga, who has been presented as a character who's not really wrong, has painted the council in a way where, like, they'll just kill whoever they need to kill to get what they want.
Right.
And they'll try to stay within the rules to do it. But they will. I mean, they've already said that, hey, there's a plot to kill the heir. So they can politically be motivated to go to war and do whatever.
Right, and there's no plot.
And they do that shit in politics now. It's nuts.
Right. But Lord Sugiyama called them out on their BS.
He did.
And they got killed. But
Yeah, I'm trying to remember like how many speaking roles that Sugiyama's had. So I just can't remember him objecting really before.
No. But yeah, it was good. It's a great episode.
Yeah, anyways, guys, much love. If you want to support us, check us out on Patreon. Also, leave a comment down below. It's a lifeblood of the channel. There's no early access on this, but there is on Patreon for other shows. We'll see you guys next week.